Hi, and welcome to the Window Film Magazine podcast. I'm your host, Vinnie Driscoll, and I'm excited to be joined today by not one, not two, but six representatives of the International Window Film Conference and Tint-Off. They are Deb Levy, Barry Atkins, Tricia Lopez, Nicole Rubio, Sarah Bauder, and Morgan Schaafsma. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Yay! Thank you for having us. We're so excited.
Yes, I'm excited to talk about WFCT. It's just 3.5 weeks away. I can't believe it. I can't believe that September is right around the corner and that this event is coming up. And I'm really excited today to have everyone here talk about, a little bit about the conference for each one of you. So before we get into that, let's go around and introduce everyone. Barry, you're up first.
Hi, my name is Barry Atkins. I've been with Vinnie before. I'm the director of live events for WFCT. So this is a big event we're looking forward to every year.
Morgan.
Hi, my name is Morgan Schaafsma, and I'm the assistant manager of special events with WFCT. And this is my first time on a live, so excited to be here.
Awesome. That's great to know. Tricia.
Hi, I'm Tricia Lopez, and I'm the senior events director for WFCT. And we'll just kind of round this out. I don't enjoy being on lives, but I do enjoy seeing everybody at WFCT. So I'm very excited for those 3.5 weeks to pass by and see everyone. So
Awesome. Nicole.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I am Nicole Rubio from the WFCT team. I work on the marketing, social media, and communications area, and I love reposting all of your social media, everything, get to comment, answer all of your questions. So I want to see all your 2024 videos, and remember to hashtag and tag us WFCT event.
Awesome. Deb.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Deb Levy, and by day I get to be publisher of Window Film Magazine, but one of the top loves of my window film life is serving as the managing director of WFCT, and I'm really looking forward to next month and seeing everyone, catching up with old friends, and meeting some new people too.
Are you a superhero by night?
No, that's Barry's job.
And Sarah.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Bauder, your WFCT competition coordinator. I'm super excited to see all of my competitors showcase their skills and see who comes out on top.
Awesome. And Sarah, I talked to you as well a couple weeks ago. We'll kind of talk about some of the same things we talked about a week or two ago. But let's start with Barry first. Now, Barry, you mentioned earlier, you and I did a live stream about 3 weeks ago. We had a really great conversation about some of the events coming up during WFCT, one of them being the 90s party.
The 90s party. Some people don't even know what the 90s were, but that's how long ago WFCT started their events. So we are having a celebratory event this year. It's 25th anniversary. So it's going to be a party in the 90s. It is sponsored by KDX. It is going to be 6:30 to 9:30 on Monday night. That's the night before the show opens. And we are expecting you to come. Number one, we're expecting you to have a great time. We have a lot of great entertainment planned for that. But we also are expecting people to jump on board with whatever it was you were wearing in the 90s. So some of us know what that was. Some of us still have it in our closets. Other people are going to have to go to somewhere else to figure it out, Amazon or your local Goodwill. But it's an education for some people. It's going to be a remembrance for other folks. But we want to go back and celebrate really the origins of when this all started and have a good time doing it. So KDX has joined with us to put together a nice, rounded out show with that. We are going to have live entertainment. The band that's going to be performing is Red Flannel. Remind me of this. I remember it.
Red Flannel Flashback.
The flashback. It's a flashback for some of us. So thank you for that. But yeah, that's going to be going on. There's going to be a couple of contests in there. The Flyest Fit. I don't know that I called my outfits fly back then, but some people did. So come dressed for that. It's going to be a good time to really kind of let your hair down a little bit and enjoy the party before the show. So there's going to be a lip sync battle as well. So if you have a favorite song from back in that day, and apparently the 90s was quite a decade for music. So depending on where you were at or what you were doing, you'll probably have something that you want to bring with you. But we're looking forward to that. People, get together with your friends. You don't have to be in the same company or anything like that. Just get up, get on stage and perform for us. That'll be awesome. We're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, we talked about in our live stream that the 90s really was. It started it opened with the Vanilla Ice era, the baggy pants, the parachute pants, so to speak, and then kind of migrated into the grunge movement where it was, like flannels and baggy jeans and it really kind of runs the gamut. So if you have pretty much anything from the 90s, you're probably, if you're old enough like me, you're gonna have something in your closet that, like, I have tons of flannels, so I think I might go the grunge route for this. So have a little beard, wear a flannel. What about you, Barry? What are you gonna wear?
Well, I got to find my wallet with the chain on it and anything that I can,
there you go.
We can throw in there too. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, there's a couple of directions to go. So make sure you go one of those directions and bring it with you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
You mentioned the lip sync battle. If you had to do one song from the 90s, Barry, what are you going to do?
I am terrible at this because not unfortunately, at that time I had young children. So most of the songs going through my head are going to be things that 3 and 4 year olds were singing. So it's not really appropriate for the stage probably, but I'll let some of the younger crowd chime in with those choices.
I could see you doing Nirvana or something grungy, but
you have a great imagination, Vinny. I like that.
Get a few drinks and Barry, we'll see what happens.
There you go.
All right, Morgan, this is your first live. I'm excited to talk to you. Thank you for being with us today. But tell us a little bit about the Celebration of Champions and the opening ceremonies.
Yes, this is something really special that we've been working on for putting together to celebrate the past competitors of WFCT who have taken home the gold. So we're starting off 1 o'clock, kicking it off with a parade to open the trade show floor, because after all, what is a celebration without a little bit of excitement in there? So opening up the trade show floor, and then at 1:15, we are holding a special ceremony just to remember the 25 years of competitions, as well as honor each of the competitors that could make it out this year by doing a special display, which is going to be called the sorry, you can tell this is my first one, but we're having fun with this. So we're doing a display to recognize our champions, as well as they're each going to receive a custom bobblehead in their likeness to be remembered, and just all around something special for them to take home, because becoming a champion is a big achievement. And we just want to recognize the work that each of our competitors have put in over the years, and even how some of them have continued on to be judges and continue on each year.
Were you in charge of the bobbleheads? Like, how does that work? How do you get a custom bobblehead of somebody? Do you have to get like a headshot of the person, send it to the vendor, and have them make it up? How does that work?
Yes, it was a lot of digging. So I got to find a lot of fun photos of people, as well as communicate directly with the champions that could make it. I was able to get the specific headshots, the front shot, side shot, full body, and then I worked with a company to directly get a bobblehead per person, as well as one for the people who can make it out this year. So I will say we had to order over 100 bobbleheads, which was insane, but it was a fun project for me, as since I am one of the newer members of staff, it was cool to kind of see how it was each year and kind of get to physically see each champion. And I'm excited to get to know them on a more personal level this year at WFCT.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that this is a great idea to kind of commemorate the winners, and to have a custom bobblehead of yourself it's really flattering. I collect. I'm a bobblehead collector. I have a lot of sports bobbleheads and I love them. But to have one of yourself for something that you've done, I think that's a really great idea. And kudos to the team for coming up with that great idea. Now, Morgan, I'm going to assume that you were not around in the 90s. Am I right on that?
100%.
But if you're going to take the mic and you're going to sing a 90s song, what song are you going to sing?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me this. I could have answered the question about the outfit, because I'm already fully prepared.
Let's go with the outfit. What outfit?
Yeah, because after all, like, I do enjoy the movie Clueless, so I kind of took inspiration from Cher a little bit there. But I do need to go back and reference something when we were talking about the lip sync battle. Barry actually brought up an idea of doing a group for the Spice Girls. So maybe that's a possibility. You'll have to show up to find out.
So you're going to go with Cher and you're going to sing a Spice Girl tune. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, let's move on to Tricia. Tricia, let's talk about what's new for 2025 at WFCT.
Yeah, so one of the things, we'll have our demos on the show floor, hands-on learning opportunities, the latest tips and tricks. But in addition to that, which we always do, but of course we incorporate the new for 2025 ideas and techniques that are out there. We are working with Jeremiah Bianco of Sick Wraps. And what's really neat is he has purchased and is bringing 30 skateboards. So we're kind of thinking outside of I say outside the box, but kind of outside the car, I guess. When we're talking about vinyl application, we are going to have a collaborative application on a few skateboards that will be set out there. And then we're also going to be setting aside 3 skateboards. And people who have emailed me, if you read your attendee brochures, everybody, there was a note in there to email me if you would like your own skateboard. So I do have a few takers on that. They are going to be designing one full skateboard to themselves. And the WFCT community, all the attendees get to vote on their fan favorite once they're done. And this is taking place over all 3 days of the show. You don't have to do anything special. There's no separate registration, no fees. It's just a fun little challenge on our show floor. So once we get on site, we'll let you know where to go and when. But yeah, that's just something fun to do. There's a lot of different applications for these products out there. So why not shake it up? But yeah, that's one thing we're adding to the show floor this year. And then, of course, we have the addition of all the other demos that we're planning.
So let me ask you about this endeavor with the skate decks. Is this how did this idea come about? Does Jeremiah wrap skate decks as part of his job? So what was the idea of bringing this to the actual show?
So what doesn't Jeremiah wrap? And I think most people who use vinyl wrap, even decorative film, this kind of applies to decorative film too. It's like the possibilities are endless. These are creatives in the industry. The stuff that they're putting out there. Every time I read Window Film Magazine and y'all cover anything with vinyl wraps, PPF, even with all the different products that are available for that now, or decorative film, I'm blown away by what they're able to create. So I know he does not just, I know if he's watching, Jeremiah, if you're watching, he does not just wrap skateboards, and that is not his business, his primary business, but it was just a fun idea to show how versatile these products are and what you can do with them. It goes beyond, maybe if someone's out there that wants to add this to their business, why not? It's another set of wheels, and actually you bring that up. And I did receive one email from someone who was interested in this challenge, and they do. That is one of their, it's kind of like a side business for them. And they will be taking one of the skateboards at the show. So yeah, really, really neat.
That's pretty cool. And this is knifeless, right? There's no knives. This is all done with knifeless tape.
That is correct. All the material will be provided there for you. Knifeless tape. We're not going to, I was going to say, wow, that was going to go negative. I was like, we're not going to destroy any skateboards today. Although I know you're all professionals out there, so that wouldn't happen anyway, right? But yeah, it's a knifeless tape. No cutting will be allowed. And really just a fun moment for all the creatives out there.
And this is going on all 3 days?
All 3 days. Yep. When the show floor is open, let me be clear. The show floor open will be, open 1 to 7 on day 1 and 2 and 10 to 2 on day 3. So when the show floor is open, that's when this will be taking place.
Awesome. All right, Tricia, what are you singing or what are you wearing at the 90s party?
All right. So I was also going with the Clueless vibe, but more of the flannel. The flannels. I already found one little outfit at JCPenney's. That was a thing of the 90s, mall shopping, right? So I went to the mall. Those still exist in some places. And I don't know, I'd probably embarrass myself with a little Vanilla Ice,
I'll sing with you because I told Barry in the in our live stream, I think that's my go-to. I would probably go with Vanilla Ice.
Right. Yeah.
That was my high school years. Yep. Awesome. Thanks, Tricia. All right, Nicole, let's talk about Tinters for a Cause.
Yes. So every year we proudly organize an event to help raise funds for Tinters for a Cause, which is a charity devoted on helping members of the window film and PPF industry and their families during times of illness and tragedies. And this year, we've been working on something very exciting. So I'm going to do a drum roll, please. So new to the exhibition floor this year, we're going to have the Tinters for a Cause Challenge Arena. I'm so excited for this. This will bring a lot of thrill. What will include the arena? Well, Nicole, on Tuesday, the 9th, we will kick off the arena with a mechanical bull from 1:15 to 6 p.m. So you need to drop by the arena and ride your mechanical bull. And the person who's on it the longest will have a fun items, some prizes that Tinters for a Cause, the team, will help donate for that. So some good goodies they're going to be coming your way. And then on September 10th, we're going to be operating at the arena a climbing wall. So we're going to have a mechanical bull on the 9th, and on the 10th, we're going to have the climbing wall. So 2 amazing activities that we're going to be having at the Tinters for a Cause Challenge Arena.
Now, Nicole, who's going to be operating the mechanical bull behind the scenes? Is that going to be you, Deb? Are you going to be the one pushing the buttons back there?
I have a lot of experience with bull, Vinny, but no, I won't be operating this one.
Okay. Now, Nicole, is drinking encouraged before you get on the bull?
I don't think it will be encouraged. I don't think you will be able to win some fun prizes, or that might help. I don't know. Maybe some networking on the show floor and then having the mechanical bull. I don't know, but whatever your stomach will allow. Let's put it that way.
I think that's great. I think that's a great idea to kind of get people excited, get them there, interested in what's going on with Tinters with a Cause, and just throwing the vibe around that, we're all there, we're working, we're doing business, but it's also an opportunity to have fun. And I think the climbing wall, I'd probably stay away from the climbing wall, me personally, but I'm going to get on that bull. I'm telling you, I'll have my flannel on and I'm going to jump on that bull.
Yes. And Tinters for a Cause will also have a booth on the show floor, and they're working on some really cool gear for this year for Reno. So make sure to stop by their booth also. But yes, we're very excited to have a challenge arena at the exhibition floor at WFCT in Reno.
Nicole, are you going to get on the bull or no?
I am probably will make a fool out of myself, but why not? Yes.
Yeah, sure. And what song are you singing at the 90s party?
So my 90s vibe is like Scrubs. I don't want no scrubs. Like TLC. I like Backstreet Boys and sing. So yeah, probably that. I will probably buy a overall with some butterfly clips. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm going to the party.
Or you'll join me, Morgan, and Barry as one of the Spice Girls. Whatever works,
that
right?
Too. Yes.
All right. Now let's talk to Deb. Obviously, Deb, there's a lot going on. You're going to be part of a lot. And let's talk about the learning labs.
Sure. One of the things that's always been kind of a good challenge to have is the fact that there is so much going on at WFCT and so much packed on the floor. I mean, when you take a look at the list of sponsors who will be there, including some new sponsors. I was helping to edit the program the other day, and I was looking at some of the newer companies like, wow, I can't wait to see that, cloaking film and this and that. It's going to be so exciting. So people want to be on the floor. And when you have things like mechanical bulls and climbing walls and everything else, we thought, let us really expand the amount of education that people can get on the show floor as well. So the Learning Lab was born sort of in beta last year, and this year it's expanded quite a bit thanks to the goodness of sponsors, especially Driven Claims, who's been kind enough to sponsor it. So while you're walking around and meeting sponsors and stopping, saying hi to everyone, you can pop in right on the floor to take advantage of a number of short learning programs, modules. And they include things like everything from, I'll just give you some titles like Dominate or Disappear, Paid Ads, AI, and the New Era of Window Film Marketing. We have also a good discussion around risk management and insurance concerns for the window film industry. And, I don't know how it is for everybody, but lots of times it's really rare to find people that know your exact niche, right? You can find a lot of people who do insurance, but like for us to find people that do publishing insurance and event insurance is difficult. These guys are specifically window film insurers, so they'll have a lot of information for everybody. And then as well, there's going to be a discussion among former champions about what it takes to be a champion, a WFCT champ, and how winning changed their lives. And I'm really looking forward to that, especially given the anniversary that it is. There's also programs in there, winning at windshield repair. Windshield and glass repair is usually considered an automotive product. A lot of tinting companies do it as well because you've got hands on the glass, right? You're seeing the cracks and the blemishes. So that's another great one, as well as understanding credit card processing. All of these go on the floor. We have a nice area. Get a set of earphones so you can hear the speakers and go. So I'm looking forward to that myself.
Yeah. And Deb, I talked to Barry about this in the live stream that we did a few weeks ago. I've been to probably 75 trade show events similar to WFCT. And the one thing that I've noticed at these events is the opportunities for education and how important that is. And when I first started going many years ago, 15 years ago, I didn't see too much education. But then within the last 10 years, lots of opportunities for education. And just going there, if you have time, if you have 45 minutes laying around, half an hour, go in and check out the education. The education's free. And like Barry mentioned, you're gonna take something away from every educational course that you go into. Don't discount the opportunities for education. I'm a big fan in going to these events and coming out a better professional. And I think that everything that we've got lined up is great for this industry. And there's so much opportunity. Like you said, everyone's going to be busy. You're going to feel like you've got a million balls juggling in the air. But if you have time, take advantage of some of these educational courses.
Well, Vinnie, I would say, I know you haven't been to WFCT yet, but I know by the end of it, you're going to be saying there is nothing like WFCT. There is nothing.
I'm excited. I think it's a great event that I'm really looking forward to. And Morgan, I know you haven't been as well. So you and I will share in the excitement together. We'll be like, wow, this is crazy. There's so much going on. I've been at similar events in my past job where it's like you feel like you don't even sleep. With you're up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're doing dinners late into the night, and it feels like after 3 days you feel like you've been there for a week. But you really come out a better professional, and I'm really excited for it.
And I would just mention too, there's all this education on the show floor, and then there's a whole overlay of seminars earlier in the day, in the morning that take place. That's the full track of seminars, and that includes people like Patrick Fransko and Mike Burke and Austin Cook. And then you also get our keynote speaker on the last day, on Thursday, Tommy Silva. And I've been seeing the prep going into that presentation, and it is really going to be something. So we're excited. We have some new other things. I'm sure Sarah's going to talk about the change in the operative and things like that too. So.
I'm really excited for Tommy Silva. I'll be doing the interview with him. I've really learned a lot about Tommy in the last couple months. He's really got a great story to tell, and I'm excited for him. For his keynote on, I believe it's the last day. He's got a great story, and I'm excited to be there as he talks about it. All right, Deb, what's your song, or what's your go-to outfit?
I'm going to channel Baby Spice and go with Wannabe. Yeah.
What was that?
I said I'm going to channel Baby Spice and go with Wannabe. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Awesome. All right, Sarah, bring it home. Let's talk about the closing party and the award ceremonies.
Yeah, so you've heard of all these great things that are happening all week long. And then the culmination of that, we gather for the closing party and awards ceremony. It's going to be Thursday night starting at 6 p.m. This year, we're hosting it at the National Automobile Museum in Reno. So if you haven't heard of it or you haven't been to it, the National Automobile Museum has all kinds of cars, vehicles of all sorts, shapes, and sizes. There's classic cars from the 1910s, 1920s. There's even cars that you've seen in movies like the Jurassic Park Jeep or the DeLorean from Back to the Future. All those cars are featured there. We felt that was a good connection, to bring, operating on cars, working on cars every day. And then now we're going to be closing it out at the Reno National Automobile Museum. So yeah, it's going to be at dinner. You're going to get the awards. There's going to be music, dancing, all kinds of fun. You don't want to miss it. Competitors, this is already included in your registration, so you don't have to do anything additional. We're already counting on you being there. If you want to add it to your registration as an attendee, it's $99 from now until August 31st. So you can reach out to info@wfctevent.com. You can add that on. It's super exciting. It's just, again, rounding out, we're celebrating these champions, all the accomplishments they've done throughout the week, and this is where they get highlighted.
Yeah, and you mentioned, obviously, we're in Reno, and this is a city I've never been to before. I've been to Vegas, but I've never been to Reno. This is, and Barry and I talked about this. And what is it called? The biggest little city in America?
Yeah, biggest little city. Yep.
So I'm excited to see this town. It's in the Sierra Nevadas. It's got great scenery, I'm told, and there's an exciting idea of just being there in Reno, I think, for attendees who have never been there. I think I'm excited to be there to check it out. And it sounds like there's a lot going on even outside of the convention centers. There's a lot to do. Now, Sarah, you and I talked about competitions a few weeks ago. Can you touch on a few of of the competitions and maybe some of the new rules? Kind of reiterate what we talked about last time.
Yeah, I know the biggest highlight, the biggest sort of talking point is obviously the grand prize, the gold for all of the divisions. They've been doubled, which is huge. There's no other competition that has prize money like we do. So that's, obviously people vying for that. That's a big talk. So it'll be exciting. It'll be cutthroat, to say the least. I think, everybody's obviously wants that nice big check and the nice big trophy. So I think that's going to be super exciting. We do have a few changes within the competitions, but I'll leave that for the competitor meetings, those little inside secrets that they're going to get.
Okay, awesome. Now, Sarah, what's your go-to song and what's your go-to wardrobe for the 90s?
So I do have parachute pants. I was a late 90s baby, so I wouldn't have been wearing them in the 90s, but I'll be wearing them this year. So I do have parachute pants, and I'm going Wilson Phillips. Hold On. That's my go-to song.
Okay. All right.
That was my wife's first concert, Wilson Phillips. Funny you bring that up. And she's used to be embarrassed to talk about Wilson Phillips as her first concert, but now she's kind of come full circle. Now she's kind of proud of that. And I have nothing against Wilson Phillips. I think they're a great band. And that's a song that definitely is a 90s tune that if you hear it, you're like, oh, you're taken back. If
Me and your wife can duet.
There you go. I'll bring her. She'll love to come. She loves to travel. So, so information about WFCT. Somebody wants to register, Nicole?
Yes, of course. Registration is open at wfctevent.com. You can use code DWFM25F, and you can get your discount code for a free partial registration or $125 off a full registration. Full registration includes you access to all the seminars outside the exhibition floor. The full list is on the website, so go and check it out. They are so many great industry seminars that are going to be held, tailored to everyone's needs. So make sure and check out which ones you cannot miss. But yes, WFCTevent.com is the place to register and get your ticket. And hotel booking is also available there. And yeah, if any questions you need answered, just, you can contact us via Instagram, info@wfctevent.com, or shoot us a quick message and rubio@glass.com, or yourself, Vinny, and you will forward me the email if they have your contact. But yeah, we hope to see you all in Reno, and we're really, really excited because we have a lot of new things and exciting things heading this way to Reno.
Awesome. Well, gang, thank you so much for taking a few
Vinny,
minutes of your
Vinny,
time.
can I add
Oh,
one more?
Barry, jump on in.
You know what? We've talked long enough that I'm remembering things that I should have mentioned. So this is how it goes. Thank you for going to me first and last. International Window Film Association, IWFA, they have an entire education day agenda that is going to be on the website as well. They do a great job lining up their speakers. I wanted to make sure and plug that. But then also, we have a Hall of Fame inductee. Just like Tommy Silva was inducted last year into our Hall of Fame, this year, Mr. Jeffrey Plummer from Madico is going to be inducted as well. So we wanted to make sure and mention those things. And go ahead, Deb, I'm sorry.
Oh, along with Mac Dorenzo. I know you've been working with Jeffrey, and we have someone else working with Mac, so I wanted to make sure I mentioned them.
So if you know those gentlemen and support them, please come support them as they're being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulate them. It is a big deal. I mean, there's not many jobs you get to work that an outside organization is really going to say, oh, by the way, you're in our Hall of Fame. So it is a worthy accomplishment, and we certainly want to celebrate that. So I want to
absolutely. Thanks for letting us know about that, Barry. And those two gentlemen have really earned the right to be in the Hall of Fame. I've covered both of them, and they've done a lot for this industry for sure. And I'm excited for that. I'm going to be also moderating that. Anyone else have anything to add? If not, we're good. I just want to thank you guys for your time today. I know we're all busy. We're all in the weeds for WFCT, and I really appreciate your time. So for the gang at WFCT, I'm Vinny. We'll see you next time on the Window Film Magazine podcast. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.